Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada, all glory to Srila Prabhupada, to save our life. From a young boy, I was grow in a Christian church. I never had parents, and the lady that she raised me, she saw me from a little child how to go to church and love Jesus Christ. So I was helping in the church, the altar, and but I started seeing strange things with the priests, drinking alcohol. You know, they offer the holy, and he was drinking inside the altar, and he was becoming a little bit intoxicated. So I started having my doubts about the purity of the church. Then when I grew up more, and I started seeing that they were eating meat and they were not having any philosophy or anything substantial to find out who God is, because Jesus Christ, he never said, I am God. So I decided to look for God in India. And to make the long story short, many years after, I went to the army. They drafted me 2 years in the army in Greece, and I have a very difficult time. I was alone, no brothers, no parents. I was having a very difficult life. And then I decided to go to meet my mother in America. She was living there. So after that, I had a plan to go to India to find a guru. So I went to America with a boat. I started working in a boat because I had no money to buy a ticket. And when the boat arrived in America, I escaped from the boat and I went to my mother and stayed with her some time. And then I started hitchhiking from Chicago to Los Angeles to get a job in the boat again and go to India. And in Denver, I stopped in Denver and I got a book from a devotee. And I continue and I arrived in Los Angeles. I have the address. And I went to the temple in Los Angeles. I was hippie with long hair. And at that time, in 75, it was the hippie culture. Drugs, LSD. Hippie tried to find solutions in the mental platform. And I approached the temple in Los Angeles from a little distance, and I saw the devotee chanting up and down, very serious, save like you, save head, very absorbed in chanting. I never saw a devotee chanting. So I thought, wow, these people are serious. I went in the barber and I cut all my hair. I was embarrassed to show like this with this long hair and beard. So I approached the temple and the devotees, they treat me like a lost child. They took me inside the Bhakta program and they They gave me a room in the Bhakta program, and they start training me how to chant, and I'll go down to the temple room every morning and see the beautiful deities of Rukmini, Dorkadis, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Gaunitai, and I told them I want to go to India to find a guru. And they say, Krishna has arranged an appointment with you. Guru is coming here. I said, yeah? Yes, he's coming here. And Prabhupada came in a little time. Prabhupada came. And the whole yatra, the whole temple, it was so much commotion, so much nervous, so much intense activities, cleaning the temple, preparing. I didn't know what was happening. It was like you didn't have time to speak with anybody. You were so busy, everybody. Prabhupada is coming, Prabhupada is coming. Wow, I said, God, must be a very special person. So, so that day Prabhupada came, advanced devotees, they went in the airport to receive him. And the new devotees, they will stay back and cleaning the last touches of the temple and the grounds and make everything very spotless, very clean, everything. And then I was in the temple and the kirtan, roaring kirtan started. It was, and I was inside the temple and all of a sudden the doors opened. This majestic personality started walking in. Big smile, floating. He was not touching the ground. He was another dimension. He would look everyone in the eyes. He will enter inside your heart and make us feel like we were in the spiritual world with him. And he lifted his hands up and went mad. We went mad in Kirtan. We were dancing like crazy, we were crying. He sit in the Vyasasana and everything all right? I remember the words. Everything all right? He looked everyone in the eyes. Yeah. So I was in the end of the crowd of thousands of people inside the Los Angeles temple. And one lecture, because that time Prabhupada decided to stay 2 months in the temple to push the books printing because they were behind printing. And I was there, it's 2-3 months. I was there in the Bhakta program. Every morning Prabhupada would give class and lecture and stay for Guru Puja. And it was the best part of my life. I never have moments like this in ecstasy and happiness. One time I was in the prasadam room, right above Prabhupada's garden. It was the first floor, it was the prasadam room. And there were the windows, like here, and you could see the garden down. Prabhupada used to come there and give a talk, speak with the devotees. They had scientists, professors, advanced devotees. And we were like pushing each other and trying to get a room to see Prabhupada, just to get a glimpse of Prabhupada. Your heart will become so happy. Sometimes he would look up and say, he would say, he would not be angry. Just, he was so calm, so beautiful. Another time I was in the temple and one Bhagavatam class, he was giving the class. I was in the end of the temple and I thought, I want to see Prabhupada in the eyes. I want to see him. And Prabhupada passed his vision from all devotees and he entered inside me. I thought, this person, he knows me more than I know myself. What is this? Things like that. I never spoke with Prabhupada. I never had any intimate discussion with him like advanced devotees. Because we were hundreds and hundreds of devotees that time there. And Prabhupada, he would go in the morning walk with the advanced Vaishnavas. And then they would tell us what they said. Hare Krishna. Haribol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Can you tell a little bit about what was your service there in LA?
In Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Well, they put me into the association of famous book distributor. His name was Gopa Vṛndāvana. He is like a general in book distribution. He's still around, I think, living in America. And he trained us up to go and do big books in the airport. So we put wig, we put karmic clothes, and we went to like a commander. We would go in the van, 6, 7 devotees, and we go and they drop us in the airport, and we go there with a book bag and start hitting people coming from the airplane. You know, very intense thing. I was doing good. I got empowered. My English was not so advanced, but Krishna gave me a mercy, and I started doing many books. And I stayed for a few months, a few years, no, 2 years. Then after I came down from I got my mind took over my depression. I have no parents, no money, no nothing, so I ran back to my country. And I went to find that old lady that she grew me up when I was a little baby. And I stayed with her sleeping like 15, 20 hours a day in depression. Prabhupada left, I was alone. And one day, I said, who is this? It was Prabhupada's disciple. He says, Prabhuji, you're Nandagopa. We're starting a temple in Athens. Please come. I said, God, you saved me. I ran with him and we started temple in Athens. And then I got married and I was like in charge of the temple because I was Greek. And then I got married with a Spanish lady. Now she left the body. Things like that. Yeah. in Greece, many beautiful pastimes. We have the wonderful Harinams. Vṛndāvana Swami and Bibi Govinda Swami will come there. We have big Harinams in Athens, in the streets. And the Greek people, they became amazed because they like to dance. Zorba, the Greek, you know? You know? You don't know the Zorba? The film, you never saw the Zorba, the Greek? He was dancing in the streets. So the Greeks, they start dancing in Vṛndāvana Swami and start enthusing people to dance and chant. And Bibi Govinda, and we were a few Greeks, and we have wonderful Harinams. But this stupid government became envious of our success. And one day they send a lawyer with a paper that we're closing you down. And we appear in the court. They ask us to go to the court. And you know, when you go to court, you have somebody who accuse you, your opponent. How do you call it? But there was nobody there. So we asked, what do we need? And the judge says, you're proselytizing. You know that word? You're proselytizing. You're changing people's religion into your strange religion, dancing and saving heads, closed down. So we closed down. I went to Spain, my wife, and my daughter, and I stayed in Spain. Then I went to Italy. I traveled. That's all. Hare Krishna. Jai. Vivo.